The Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. On the clock now,
God for me, who
it's
could
the
be against
Miami
me?
Dolphins.
I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
The Panthers are on the
East
clock.
Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of
Next
interest.
up, it's the Broncos on the clock.
Timberlands deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither
Next
one play
up,
games, no
the
swinging for the
Indianapolis
fences.
Colts
We want
are
the finer
on the
things
clock.
that's expensive. They hit them either
The
close range or
Kansas
at a
City
distance.
Chiefs now
If
on
God
the
for me,
clock.
why bother? I got my game
Now
from the
on the
Godfather.
clock, it's
Top
the
of
Las
food chain.
Vegas
Why
Raiders.
bother? And handle my business when it was my problem.
It's
Gee,
the Buffalo Bills
with a gold
now
chain.
on the
I got my
clock.
Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the
The
winter, it's a
Atlanta
cold
Falcons
game.
are
I met
now
some East
on
Coast
the clock.
up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game.
It's
I
the
got my curly
Cowboys
top looking
now
like
on
special
the
ed.
clock.
Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the fed.
The Detroit
fades.
Lions
East
now
Coast,
on
they
the
get that
clock.
bread.
Now on the clock,
You
the
end up
San
dead,
Francisco
The West
49ers.
Coast, they lead that spring. And now you got calling your dread.
The next selection,
God for
the
me, who could be
Browns
against
are
me?
on the
I
clock.
guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
Still trying to the riches.
East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of
Cut
interest.
it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Fourth and inches. I'm finna hit a lick and handle business. I got her down. She real vicious. Rockabye, baby. No witness. This is not even a conflict. You on nonsense. Got the same way in Brooklyn and Compton. But with that gang, then make a profit. On top, stay poppin'. Look. See, I was the high school slick Rick, I was styling. Fat gold chain with an African medallion. Hip-hop connoisseur
With
and
the
rolling
next
20
selection,
Rap
it's
game
the
real tight.
Pittsburgh
Freestyle was
Steelers.
magnificent. All about the clout and all about my dividends.
The Washington
Them older couldn't tell me
Commanders are
different.
now on
I
the
need a
clock.
runaway girl to live
The
in.
Chargers are up now.
Showtime,
They're
Mystic
on the
Apollo.
clock.
I'm about the bottom.
And now on the clock, the Minnesota Vikings.
To see them all.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted.
current pick has been traded. It's the New England Patriots, now on the clock. The New York Jets are now on the clock. With the next selection, the Cincinnati Bengals are on the clock. With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock.
Y'all calling me crazy when a been ballin' all day like Brady. Long hair that's wavy and a been shopping all day, no Macy.
The Carolina Panthers now on the clock. It's now the Arizona Cardinals selection. They're on the clock. The Green Bay Packers are on the clock. The Indianapolis Colts are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Chicago Bears. On the clock now, it's the Atlanta Falcons. With the next selection, the Falcons are on the clock. On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Detroit Lions now on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens now on the clock.
Crazy, amazing, buku bucks. Pay me awful luxury. Save me, who knew you go crazy? Crazy, gotta go crazy. Hate, no crazy. Like crazy, gotta go crazy. Hate, no crazy.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are now on the clock. With the next selection, it's the Washington Commanders. And now on the clock, it's the 49ers. On the clock now, it's the Tennessee Titans. Next up, the Patriots are on the clock. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock.
I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck holding like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbillies. Cubone staying with the list. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.
So let the rhythm hit 'em, just let the rhythm hit 'em. Cause when you feel it in your soul, lift the sound system. Let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up. A little louder, turn it up. We never turn it down, universal sound. When we hold the pound, take a look around. When we touch the town, knock the way, stomping in my big black J's. Corny, get stuck in the maze. We never suffer fools, had enough of you. False friends and loose ends make me wanna fool. That we got another world tour, touching every shore. From Cali to Singapore.
The Miami Dolphins now on the clock.
Rock up tempo instrumentals. I saw my dream in a dream, then I woke up. Put the dream team together. Now
It's the Carolina Panthers now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Denver Broncos. On the clock now, it's the Green Bay Packers. The Philadelphia Eagles on the clock now. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. It's the New Orleans Saints now on the clock. The Houston Texans are now on the clock. It's the Bears now on the clock. With the next pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. The San Francisco 49ers are now on the clock. Next up, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. It's the Steelers now on the clock. Now on the clock, the Washington Commanders. Now the Seattle Seahawks are on the clock.
DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD baby, no that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Yeah, homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We
It's
doing
the
numbers.
Dolphins on the
Gang in
clock.
the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all
With
in
the
the
next
wrist.
selection,
You really wanna
the
be
Carolina
the boss, it's expensive.
Panthers
Ain't the real
on
champ
the
if you
clock.
never defend it.
It's the Cleveland
Put in that
Browns
work, I'ma
now
make 'em
on the
remember. I
clock.
just broke down hella trees yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds are huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle. That's me about my life, man. I love it. Got so many rings, I need room for another one. Been through the pain, now it ain't no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother. We the champions.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We
The
doing
next
numbers.
pick has been
Gang in
traded.
the building, we taking it over.
The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock. Next up, the Commanders are on the clock. The The Los Angeles Chargers now on the clock. On the clock now, the Seattle Seahawks. On the clock now, it's the Miami Dolphins. The Panthers are on the clock. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock.
Sound like some superhero.
We have a trade alert. This pick has been traded. The Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock now.
Every block, every hood,
Next
every
up,
city, every
it's the
ghetto.
Seahawks on the clock.
Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
You need a role like me. Military mind stated, and I keep a in
There
the
has
degree.
been
You can
a
label me
trade.
UEP. Made a martyr out of Martin, out of Malcolm, out of Mecca. I refuse to let these dirty devils
With
make
the
Michael
next
a
pick,
beggar. A hero
the
CEO,
Miami
I will go
Dolphins
make Edo
are
for my
on the
people.
clock.
Give me liberty or death, that is my credo, not my
With
ego.
the next
Dressed in my
selection,
tuxedo,
the
into party
Browns
alter
are
ego.
on the
Put your
clock.
Peter in gazebo, did it for the people. Love what motivated, I did not do it for hatred. But I truly hate the devil, I cannot debate or fake it. I was asked a question and the asker thought it hard. If I was facing death and I could ask one thing of God, I would ask for every to be free here and abroad. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God. And to be rightfully celebrated as a child of God.
Need a black superhero. Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Our own kind took nip from us. Money still reading God we trust. Truthfully we envy, so why we so envious? And why our own kind envy us? Pac said it's hard, but we gotta keep our head up. Keep going even though we know we fed up. It's hella tension, cause we ain't careful where we all pay attention. I need all my real soldiers on the front line, fighting for the right just one time. So unstoppable together at the same time, with the same mind. Yeah, we're born to be high and always above what's beneath us. So every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero. Every
With the
block,
next
every hood,
selection,
every city,
it's the
every
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Need a black
The
superhero.
Washington Commanders are now on the clock.
That they put us through with the strength to fight the power.
Now
like Chuck
the
D is doing,
Seattle
with the
Seahawks
insight to
are
the
on the
equal.
clock.
No, the sky needed a voice that finds reason to multiply. People in the streets for the cause. Marching on Washington miners will be walking through walls. Type of superhero show up when ain't no one to call. That'll shield you from them shields that been killing us all. High beams for eyes to peek the villains in the dark. Power of resolution for a war would even start. The knowledge to build and grow where they live and take care of the kids and the older folk. The queen cause they need it most. Politic with the kings. About economic growth. Cure PTSD. Cause mental health ain't a joke. Feed the hungry and dope. Everyone would know. Everywhere we go.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto.
The Miami Dolphins now on the clock.
Every block, every hood, every city, every ghetto. Need a black superhero.
The Carolina Panthers now on the clock.
Trust me, just took it.